Will ought to know what happened with Mizora. Whatever she has in store for him can't be good. I suppose that makes you quite remarkable. Though not in a way I'd envy, perhaps. From what little I can recall hearing of Baal's mortal children, not all succumb to his influence. Perhaps you can still resist your nature, if you want to. All right, some company wouldn't hurt on the road, especially if there's trouble.
Whatever business Will has with Mizora, it will cost him dearly. Or worse still, it will cost us. I hope we can afford it.
What fun I would have if I could play with Will, as Mizora does. I do not want a devil to hold my fate in his hands any more than a god. I say we put the devil from our minds and trust in ourselves. If anyone should have the power of the crown, it should be us. He is rather fond of himself. If he truly intends to be the savior of Baldur's Gate, perhaps he has reason to be. Even if I personally faced down the army of the Absolute and drove it from the city single-handedly, I would not be welcomed as a savior. No matter what I do, the people of Baldur's Gate will always see me as an enemy. I agree. What matters is that they respect us. And fear us. When we have all three Netherstones and control the Elder Brain, all of Faerun will have reason to fear us. Tell me, or show me. My mind is open to you.
Exposed to the limitless horror of your dreadful imagination, Minthara's mind buckles, snaps, and then burns hot. She absorbs every detail, whether memory or dream, and drinks deep of them. You sense a desire in her equal in strength to your darkest urge.
Elgahor, Doktak, Slayer. There are many names for you, and all of them inspire dread. You are exquisite. Ecstatically so. It makes my heart race. You must. Yours is a heritage of murder. It cannot be ignored or evaded. You will either kill or be killed. We must find the Temple of Baal, slaughter Orin, and claim your inheritance.
Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword? Be most welcome.
Keeping very well, I hope?
The urges are calling on you again, aren't they? I haven't seen you sleep through the night once in the past days. I knew you had some nasty habits, but I didn't want to pry over much, but bloody hells! A Baalspawn! Probably more Baldurian parents scare their children with stories of your kind than mine. I thought your kind was extinct. Goes to show, you should always check your facts. So, how are you feeling? Keen to reconnect with your family? Or ready to throw yourself in an oubliette? You know, I didn't realize you and I were so alike. I felt paralyzed to do anything about Cazador for so many decades. I gave up on myself. I gave up on any hope of escape after a few lashes. Bal controls you in much the same way. I don't know how you could beat him, but I do know this. You must try. The half-life of a mind-addled slave is worse than death. Don't become his. I wouldn't live another century as one for all the moonstones in Evereska.
I had no wish to lose Will, but my, it would have been nice to flush her into the colony's flesh pit. A true pleasure to watch you tell the Archduke exactly where to put his alliance. One cannot embrace a viper, only get entangled by it. And we learned something. One chosen thinks to send us against the other, while they sit safe behind their defenses. Good. Gederick thought he was safe too. It would be irritatingly true to form, would it not? A Harper learns to doubt, to peer through every smile, question every look. Eventually, you find what it is you fear, whether it is there or not. When we cannot know, we can only trust. But then, that is exactly what a traitor in our midst would say. Isn't it? Are you? Well, you have a rather vacant, tadpole finally ate my brain look about you. You're the boss. Yes? Ask it. I did, though I don't often speak of it. So many seem to think they know the whole story already. I find it a pity to correct them. We can speak of old battles later. Our plate is piled high with catastrophes enough for the present, huh?
Miss Zora, I take anything she says with a grain of salt. But with her claws as deep in our business as they are, I guess we can't ignore her completely.
A devil will come for her due. Mizora is no different. Whatever it is she comes to offer, whatever choice Will makes, someone will suffer. Count on it. I'm not surprised. You've become death incarnate. Mighty, yes. And altogether unpredictable and intractable. One day, perhaps soon, Baal will demand your fealty. You'll either muster the strength to defy him, or you will succumb. I know how I'd choose. Voss has done his duty. Now, we will do ours. We must find our way to the House of Hope and take the Orphic Hammer. When we next enter the Astral Prism, we will use the hammer to break Orpheus free.
Well met.
Thy wheel of fate, dost thou require a new...
Mizora schemes with Will's very freedom. He deserves to know what she is up to. You are a mortal child of Baal. Be careful with whom you share that fact. I hear many of your kind have met premature ends.
Gortash has Ravengard on his side. That should tell you something.
Ah, they're harmless.
Gods, it must be exhausting to be so cynical.
Hush. Patriarchs are upstairs. Lord Janeth could call for me at any moment.
Did you hear, kin? The Absolute is on the march. But don't you worry. Milady assures me the Steel Watch will hold the line. There'll be nary a scratch on our scales.
Bruff's babbling, no time to talk.
Meaning that in the games of generals and juice, we're not eating pawns, just dust on them. What happens next is out of our hands.
Look, I'm all for Gortash, but those clankers, they don't sit right with me.
Because they do your job better than you and without complaining? It is unnerving.
Imagine where we'd be without them. The city would be overrun. They're all that's keeping this cult at bay.
He has a point. They make people feel safe, if nothing else.
Ha! You hear this? Tell my friends how safe you feel with those metal giants stamping about. You've been reading too many picture books.
Lord Gortash himself is the one pulling their strings. We're all better off for it.
Archduke Gortash. Now there's a man who knows good business.
Finally, a leader with some charisma. Ravengard was quite the dullard.
Duke Gortash, man of the people. The right people.
That pizza. He wasn't even hurt.
Let's rehearse this one more time. Pretend.
You heard anything about what it's like in the prisons? Actually, don't tell me. I don't want to know.
Sounded
Are they
like
going to arrest
somebody
us?
was in trouble.
What if they throw us in jail?
Inside.
Calm down, dear. It won't happen, I swear.
He wasn't even hurt.
Right their bloody legs! That's why nothing's gonna happen to us. This is the armory. Not a bloody open house. Fists only. Now clear off. Trade? Do I look like a shopkeeper? This equipment isn't for sale. It belongs to the Flaming Fist. Can't believe they put that mindless metal Mrag in my armory. Steel watchers. Stupid thing'll probably decapitate me for cleaning the bloody mace rack. Finally, someone who sees sense. Strong folk wielding strong blades. That's what keeps folk safe. Not those glorified golems. I don't have anything fancy, but you're welcome to take a look. Stay sharp, stranger. In these times, all we can trust are the blades in our hands.
That pizza. He wasn't even hurt.
The guard is fast asleep.
Bathed in a tendy. Ate all the onions. Old man Otto. Back here again. Cell stinks like an old cabbage. 3 bowls of the stew. What now? Goodness, how embarrassing. I had a heavy lunch. Welcome to Worms Rock Prison, the 5th nail, Wee Jail. What's your business? Well, that was a most unusual of circumstances, being what they are. Hang on, I'll let you through. Well, in you go. And don't feed the prisoners. Makes them cocky.
On your way. May Lord Gortash provide.
Huh?
too far gone. You're too late. It's over. The Steel Watch happened. I came seeking allies to our cause. Watchers spotted me, dragged me to Alder Ravengard's husk. Empty as a stare. A tadpole's puppet. Nothing more. He's spoken accusations. Apostasy. Conspiracy. Sedition. I'll be executed in 5 dawns. I'll give you credit. I'm drowning in tears, and you hold out a fist. Alder would have done the same. When the people need a miracle, he said, you cannot wait for the gods to answer. I'd almost forgotten. No more sulking. I know what to do. Unlock my cell. Escort me out of Worm's Rock. I'll seek out my connections. When the city streets shatter, you'll want their blades. Hurry.
I'm not paid to chat.
Stay on my good side, yeah?
Carry on. My duty is to...
No crazing or criming down there. We run a tight ship.
Right tool will do the trick. Intestines throb. Blood whispers.
do this.
How many die today? How many die tomorrow?
What are you hiding?
This guard caught you picking a lock. Perhaps you'd like to try the lock of your very own cell. You've convinced them, for now. But transgress again, and no amount of talking will get you out of trouble.
What to do?
There is work to do.
No one back home will ever believe this.
What's next, I wonder? My faith protects me.
We're a long way from Waterdeep.
This is far enough. The way should be clear. I can't thank you enough for getting me out of that damned prison. And for giving me courage when I'd all but run out. Yes, I have some connections in the upper city. Perhaps they'll heed our call. You won't fight the coming battle alone. As long as the city stands, I will stand with it. This is my promise.
Whatever comes, I'm ready. Let's get this thing open.
Still breathing, despite everything. Bet that will fit in my pack. That might be worth a look. Something over there.
Let's rehearse this one more time. Pretend I'm a fist and tell me what you were doing in the house.
Calm down, dear. It won't happen.
You're not being paid to like it. If I were you, I'd focus on my own job and leave the Steel Watchers to theirs.
Flaming Fist Barracks. Authorized personnel only.
What? Oh, what are you doing in here?
You notice the gnome slip a lockpick into his pocket.
You're not a fist. Go on, get out, or I'll wake the others. Gods, I hope they haven't put up the prices again. That ferry's my last chance out of here. Bakshi's got to have something that'll cover the rest of my fare. How do you know about that? Did those crooks down the dock send you? I told them I'll get the money in time. Not my fault they're charging triple. Take your money, my ass. No! I mean, I quit. Nothing wrong with quitting a job. My wife said we have to stand and fight, and I can't. I won't. I'm not made for this. I'm not a soldier. I only joined for the uniform and a warm bed. They're better off without me. I'm scared. All I want is to go home. You shouldn't be in here. This barracks is private. You shouldn't be in here.
Are the gods truly this petty? All's well, I hope, aside from the obvious.
No distractions, please.
If I were you, I'd focus on my own job and leave the Steel Watchers to theirs.
Sorore surge, testis esto pacti me. Come, sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in Beator.
Notum sit in Beator.
You've heard of such devils. Sisters of justice. Adjudicators of diabolical contracts and bargains.
Holy hells.
You do not call upon the sisters. They come when the hells demand witness.
Enough, Mizora. Where is my father? How do I save him?
How else? We bargain. Sisters.
Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus.
Your contract, Will. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable. No contract is ended without sacrifice. A cost must be paid. Will Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your soul to me and the Archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact and you are freed from your duty. Your father dies by his enemy's hand, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
Bloody Zariel! I won't let her take Will.
Silence, Karlak.
Mizora, you asshole!
Choose. Addendum F. The Absolute must be avenged for the Soulbinder's detention at Moonrise. The Soulbearer retains his gifts until such time as the Absolute is slain.
damned wretch! Father. Do it. Break the pact.
Fiat ita.
Fiat ita. Anima ad beator.
Didn't think you had it in you. Seems my boy's all grown up. And don't go fussing about your father. You made your choice. You knew the terms. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand. Just for the entertainment.
Gods, I spent 7 years choked by Mazora's leash. And I spent 7 years hoping to break free. I never knew freedom could taste so bittersweet. I have to believe that. I'm not the Hell's puppet in life, nor its warrior in death. The blade will be guiding his own hand. But freedom will be paid in my father's blood. Tomorrow, I celebrate my gain. Today, I mourn my loss.
A moment passes. In the stillness, you find a mote of tranquility.
The Raven Guard name now lives solely with me. I will make it count for something. I signed his life away before the Hell's witnesses. It would be easier to drink the Styx down to the last drop than to alter his fate. I'd be a fool to wish otherwise. We obtain the final 2 Netherstones and take back our minds, and the city, from the brain. Go on then.
Little Will's all grown up. I can't wait to see what trouble he gets into. Impossible. My bargain was uncommonly reasonable. A single soul for the return of Baldur's Gate's most beloved duke. A real bargain, I should think. I never thought the legendary Blade of Frontiers would surrender his father for freedom. Not very valorous, if you ask me. But what does a mean old devil like me know about heroes? Oh, you are an inquisitive one. I'd have thought you'd figured by now. Zariel found new use for an old battle axe. The dead 3 in that bulging brain of theirs are a threat to more than this trifling city, you know. Savor her company. Who's to say when Zariel might change her mind? My mistress can be so capricious. The Absolutists worked a number on me at Moonrise. And you're the best hope I've got at payback. No one crosses the Hell's Children without getting scorched. The 9 hells of Beator. Each its own domain, each with its own archdevil to rule it. I call the first hell my home, Avernus, my mistress Zariel's realm, a torrid battleground split by the bloody waters of the Styx. How I adore it, the delicious agony of it all. The other 8, well, they are pleasures unto themselves. Perhaps I'll show you myself, if I deem you worthy. Correct. I didn't. If you must know, I was scouting the cultists on behalf of Zariel, but those cursed shadows were thick enough to fell even a half-fiend. I woke in that damned pod. It kept my body sealed and my most powerful magic silenced. But a brave, kind, benevolent soul set me free. Gallantry isn't dead, after all.
Will sacrificed his own father. I hope freedom from the Pact is worth it to him.
Time and again, Will's plight reinforces my decision not to pursue the path of a warlock. It's one thing to make such a sacrifice in the pursuit of such a pact, but to do so in order to escape one. Truly, it leaves you with nothing.
Patricide is often the first step toward greatness. But I hope Will does not regret sacrificing his infernal powers.
Come to bask in the glow of the moon.
Will gave up his father to have freedom. An understandable decision. Sacrifices must be made after all. Especially if the old Duke's fall means his rise.
Will sacrificed his own father. A hard choice, but not one that is unknown in nature. At times, a seedling must strangle the very tree that bore it, if it's to survive.
I did not know Duke Ravengard that well, but I am sure he would not want his son to become slave to Zariel for his sake. I am sure Will knows that, but we would do well to remind him when his days grow dark. No one truly understands the weight of loss until they've worn it a while. There is no shame in sharing the load when you need to. There might be, but it's not a path I tread until we must. Let it wait until the city proper.
I can't believe Will's given up his soul to Zariel. For a father he fell out with ages ago. There's such a thing as being too good. Someone ought to tell Will Ravengard.
Go on. I was hoping you'd say that. Yay!
The Devil Mizor has made herself quite at home, hasn't she? Do make her feel as unwelcome as you can. Such a curious artifact. So small and seemingly.
I brought my own pairing.
Please, don't look at me.
Tonight's troubled rest is, as ever, overwhelmed by your killing fate. You dangle above a dark precipice, one move away from falling. Another watches your body while it is possessed by the night. You do not dream alone.
Dark dreams? I think I can guess. Visions of blood on your hands. The blood in your veins, perhaps. For all the gifts Baal's children inherit, a peaceful night's sleep is not among them. The dreams alone do not concern me. It is what waking deeds they might inspire. Are you truly your own master? What is it you feel when Father's dreams come calling? There is one certain way. I hold it in my hand. This is your father's true legacy. Not his children, but the fear they plant in us. The savagery it blossoms into. In another time, with another of your kind, we found a better way. I would dearly like to find it again. You would not be the first to turn the taint in your blood to your advantage. But there are barriers a Baalspawn must overcome first. Those of your kind. Orin. I am sure you already know that so long as she lives, she will never stop hunting you. It might be that you have to turn and face her. You cannot change that. All you can choose is how you meet her. As another bloodied child of Baal? Or as yourself? All I can offer is the promise that, should you choose to do so, you will not meet her alone. For now, take what rest you can. I will watch over you this night. Sleep well.
No more dreams await you in sleep this night. Only the warm knowledge that indeed you are not alone.
Yes?
Precious little Baal babe. Perhaps if you lost a follower or two, well, in that case, I'm all yours. Hello. my dear? Oh, darling, it sounds...
All's well, I hope, aside from the obvious. All right, so...
Something's not right about those steel watchers. I'm telling you.
Ah, they're harmless. Except if you're a criminal, of course.